survey went out. What is the number one fitness item on your to-do list? Mike C said strength training, cardio, and did he get it wrong? You'll find out soon. Welcome to How to Be Fit Over 40, Midlife Conversations with Hicunni, your go-to podcast for embracing a healthy and vibrant life beyond 40. In each episode, we'll have bit-sized conversations about the number one fitness item on your to-do list for the year. So grab your smoothie or cup of tea and join the conversation. Let's go. Welcome back. So this one was a fun one. So the survey did go out, and if you still need access to the survey, all the information will be in the show notes. So the question is, what is the number one fitness item on your to-do list? And Mike C responded, and he said strength training, cardio, and stretching. So he had more than one. Super excited. Thank you so much, Mike C, for completing the survey. Really appreciate it. And we are going to get right to it. So we want to make this always very actionable. So we are going to help Mike C set a SMART goal together. Now, we still need more detail, but this is just a sample so we can put things into perspective. So the biggest obstacle is time. And so since time is of the essence, let's just get right to it, okay? So remember, SMART goals. They need to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. All right. So let's get to specific. So Mike C, he can complete a full body workout consisting of strength training, cardio, and stretching. Let's say for an hour, 3 times a week. So that's very specific. 1 hour, 3 times a week. All right. So let's make it measurable. So to measure this, he can track his progress by just, making sure he has a number of workouts each week and monitoring his improvement. So, because, he wants to get stronger. He wants to add that endurance and that flexibility over time. So this is something that's not going to just happen overnight. This is something that he's going to be working towards 3 days a week until he reaches that ultimate goal. So Mike C, we do charge you and challenge you to make sure you remember your why, because that should help keep you motivated to get this goal completed, all right? So achievable. So Mike C, he can gradually build up for the 1 hour. So he could start with maybe 30 minutes and then kind of work his way up as, he gets more comfortable doing the exercises or just as the time will allow. Because remember, he said time is the issue. That's what he said. Time is the issue. So starting with that 30 and working your way up to the 1 hour, the power hour. All right. So for those who are just tuning in, we are sharing the number one fitness item on Mike C's to-do list. All right. So the title of this podcast is Mike C's Power Hour Fitness, Strength, Cardio, Flexibility over 40. So if you did not catch last week's, make sure you tune into that one because that was a good one as well. And we provided a SMART goal for the previous guest as well. Well, she wasn't on the show, but the previous name that was mentioned, but she did agree to later on be a part of the podcast. Also, Mike C is also interested in as well. So what happens, you fill out the survey and then you can decide whether or not you want your name to be mentioned or not, or what name you want to be mentioned. And then later on, if you want to be on the podcast, you can. You don't have to. It's not required. But it's fun just to see, later on if that person actually followed through on this sample SMART goal. All right. So we have specific, measurable, achievable. Let's get to relevant. So this goal aligns with Mike C's desire to be well-rounded, to have a well-rounded fitness routine that targets his strength, cardio, flexibility, and just making sure he's addressing his overall health and wellness. So now we're getting to the last letter, time bound. So Mike C could commit to achieving this goal within the next 8 weeks, just aiming to establish a consistent fitness routine. All right? So, Mike C, what do you say? Will you add this SMART goal to your list? Starting with maybe 30 minutes, working your way up because you're doing the strength training, cardio, stretching, making yourself more flexible 3 times a week. And then making sure you record your progress, monitor your progress as you increase to an hour, Mike C's Power Hour, and just making sure it's something that is achievable. It is relevant, just getting back to your why that you want to add these 3 as your trio, and to make sure that it is time bound. Now, there is some additional information that Mike shared, so let me get that for you. All right, so he did say that incorporating these 3, strength training, cardio, and stretching, it incorporates a variety of different fitness aspects and ensures your body doesn't miss a beat. That's pretty cool. All right, so give us more, Mike C. Hopefully he'll explain more when he actually gets on the podcast later on. Super excited about this. So, the magic question, who's going to hold Mike C accountable, right? Accountability, make it count. He wants to make sure he has someone that can connect with him each week to cheer him on and to be that support, overall support for his success. So, can't wait for that. Also, I have something great to share with you guys. I do have a sample workout for Mike C. So it's pretty lengthy, so I'll make sure I add that information as a link to the actual show notes on my website. That way, if it's something that you might want to try, there's a warm-up, strength training. Also, we added some push-ups for that, tricep planks, bridge, lunges for the strength training, cardio, jumping rope, some burpees in there, and for the stretching, hip flexor stretches and some other things as well. However, just to plug, he could get all of this in my weekly classes. I teach Strong Nation 3 days a week. That's that strength training, overall strength training. We do add some flexibility in there as well. I also teach circle mobility, so that gets in the more stretching aspect. And with Strong, there's lots of cardio, or you can tune into the Zumba class to get more cardio. But don't take my word for it. I'll also include information about my classes. That way, if he wants to tune into my classes, he can do that and alternate with this schedule that we have for him as well. Super excited for Mike C. Thank you so much again for participating. And just cheers to you as you are on your path to a stronger, more resilient you. It's not just about the hour. It's about an investment in your well-being. So make sure you tune in for another episode of How to Be Fit Over 40. Subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more insights into elevating your fitness routine. Bye for now. P.S. There's a survey link in the show notes. What is your number 1 fitness item on your to-do list so we can share your name and share with everyone else so they too can live their best fit life. Until next time, nutrition is more than what you eat and the weight that you carry. Bye for now.